Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for joining us today. I'm so excited about today's webinar as we introduce Aero Library. Let's look at Aero Library. So I'll start by introducing myself. My name is Laura Redmond, and I run an accounting firm providing cloud accounting services to our clients. We have multiple staff in different locations that are servicing multiple clients. We use Aero Workflow app to manage our service delivery. I'm also a co-author of QuickBooks Online certification. For any QuickBooks users out there, I will be teaching the advanced certification at QuickBooks Connect in San Jose in November. I encourage everyone to come out to this great event. You can Google QuickBooks Connect and find a link for how to register. So today we want to talk about the new Aero Workflow. And so I'll start. I'm going to assume that everyone on the call is familiar with Aero Workflow app itself. It, of course, is an app that helps firms organize their workflow. It is an organizational software tool. Right? It helps you manage your firm's knowledge capital, and it manages your work assignments to your clients and your staff. And it also provides insightful metrics about your firm. So we frequently have webinars talking about these specific subjects, and I encourage you to sign up for any of those webinars to dig a little deeper into those subjects and see how Aero works for your firm. Service standardization, standardizing the way you perform your services and deliver them to your clients, is your firm's secret sauce, right? It's defining how, it's core to running your business and to delegating work to your staff. So the firm's knowledge capital is what they will convert into revenue, right? So again, we talk about this a lot, and many of you have been on those webinars, and we'll continue talking about that. But today what I want to talk about is the fact that that's not easy work to document all of your knowledge capital, how you do things, what the step-by-step instructions are. So Aero Workflow app itself does provide templates so that you can define your services step by step. And then you can assign it to client and staff and set the recurrence schedule and make any individual tweaks you want to make for a particular client. But these Aero templates are blank, right? Have any of you started out a new Aero account and you have to fill it up with the way your firm performs its services? So Aero's not going to define that for you. You as the firm have to say what kind of services you provide and how you're going to perform them. So along the way, as different people have used Aero and set it up for their firm, we've often been asked for help with defining and standardizing a firm's procedures and setting up a firm's processes and workflow. So again, that's different from Aero, the software tool, which helps you organize all that. This knowledge capital is more like content. How do you do that type of work as a firm? Because many of us do similar services. So today we're excited to unveil the new Aero Library. Aero Library templates are step-by-step instructions for how to perform some common tasks. So these are not ones that you just write for your own firm. These are ones that are common to some services that we all may provide. So these are using some of today's most popular apps, such as using the bank feed in QuickBooks Online or paying bills in Bill.com. Aero Library procedures provide the full documentation and screenshots of these kind of similar tasks that we all perform so that this content is written for you. Aero Library templates and procedures allow you to kickstart your accounting workflow, keep it maintained, tap into a resource of community knowledge, and capitalize on all of it. So Aero Library makes it easier to set up a new engagement. And Aero Library makes it easier to embrace apps you're unfamiliar with, right? Because now you have a library of step-by-step instructions and detailed procedures with pictures that show you how to use an app that maybe you haven't used before. And now in front of you, you have a new service line. Aero Library makes it easier to provide new cloud accounting services. So I just want to jump in now and show you what it looks like. Okay, so let me zoom in a little bit so you can all see my screen. I hope that's sufficient. So here I am in Aero, and this is what's coming soon. I want to point out, again, I'm assuming most everyone on the call is familiar with Aero. I'm going to point out this new menu option here called Library. So first of all, notice that here I am in a demo account. So let's pretend like this is your firm's Aero account. You log in and you've got this library. Now certainly the lower level security level staff who are basically staff that perform arrows and do the work, and maybe they don't add new arrows, those level of users will not have access. This will be grayed out. But any of the managers in your firm who create arrows and assign work to people will now be able to use the library as an additional tool at their fingertips. So as we look through these menu options, these screens in the library, keep in mind that these library templates and procedures are pre-built for you to get you going quickly. They're maintained, so you don't have to keep them updated when a new app rolls out updates that change our workflow. Does that sound familiar with SaaS software? Yes, we all know that pain. And also keep in mind that these do not replace your own firm's templates and procedures. Let me just navigate over there and show you that you still have your own firm's templates and your own firm's procedures. So you can absolutely continue to set up firm-specific templates and firm-specific procedures that you will use side by side. You now also can have the library. Let me just give you, picture it in your head when your staff person goes to a site to do their work and they have links to their resources. You know, they can link out and go to the procedure. There will be another icon they can click that goes to a procedure, a library procedure. So they could have links to both of them, your firm and the library. Okay, so let's dive into the library. The first place I'm going to go is Library Templates. So I'll click there, and you can see that we've got a grid of a bunch of templates. This is a list of templates that are available for your firm's unlimited use. You can look through these library templates, and you can scroll through them and go next, next, next through lots of them. And you can learn about the author. You can read a summary about this library template and see if it's one that has to do with what you're looking for. You can view the apps that are used in this type of work, and you can see when this template was last modified. You also have some options here, buttons, so that you can use them. I'm going to click View. So if you click the View button, you're going to get another tab is going to pop up in your browser. And this is going to let you see all the details of this template. So I picked one called QBO Banking Feeds. And here you'll see that you have all of the details with the step-by-step instructions and all of the links. You can even click the link here if you want to go see this is a library template now. And we'll go look at library templates in a minute, but I just wanted to show you that when you view a template from the library templates, you can see everything that's going to be presented to your staff if you assign this to them, including links out to perform the work. It might be, yeah, QuickBooks Online. It might be a website that has help for QuickBooks, that kind of thing. So if you click that, I'm going to close the tab now, but that's what happens if you click that View button. Next we have, let's say you decide to use this template. Let's say you viewed it and you said, yes, this is what we do. We're going to work the bank feed for this client. Maybe we're going to do this every week or every month, whatever it is. So now you have a couple of buttons to use that have to do with using this template. You may want to add it as a master arrow or as an arrow. So a master arrow, of course, if you're familiar with Aero Workflow app, a master arrow allows you to set a recurrent schedule, to assign this work to a particular client and staff, and then to set up the recurring schedule for it so that it pops up on your staff's Aero to-do list on multiple occasions, weekly, monthly, whatever that is. Or if this is a one-time, then you can just click the Add Arrow button and you're going to schedule it for whatever date you want it to happen and assign it to whatever staff and client that you want this to be assigned to. So both these master arrows and arrows will be assigned to your staff at the scheduled date, and the checklist that they get when they, from their list, when they click to accept their task and start working on it, the checklist they have is going to be exactly that of the current version of the template. So if QBO were to roll out an update and the library is updated to add a new line for something that has to do with the way the software has been updated, you don't have to change it. If you're using a library template and assign it to your staff, every time your staff, even 4 months from now when they're doing the work that you scheduled on a master arrow, when they go to do the work, they're going to get that checklist of the most updated version of the step-by-step instructions from this template. So if you decide you want to use most of this template, like, hey, look, Victoria wrote this one, great job, I love this template, but you know, I need to make a couple of tweaks on it. I need to customize it a little bit because this client we have has a couple of different things we need to do here. Then you want to use the clone button. This will make a copy of it into your own firm's Aero Templates list. And from there, you can customize it for your particular needs. At this point, you have forked it and separated it from the library template. So if the library templates are updated, this one will no longer be, but you can keep it updated with however you do it, you know, specifically for this client. And so if you, once you clone it, you make a copy, it goes over into your Manage Aero Template screen, and from there, of course, you can create a one-time arrow or a master arrow and assign it off to your clients and staff from there. Okay, so before I leave the screen, I want to mention that for those of you familiar with Aero, this is an Aero grid. So if you've learned how to use all the grid options here, you can use those here to sort. You might want to sort by the type, or you may want to search for a particular word. Maybe you want to say, okay, I'm looking for something to do with bank, and I want you to search through the summary column for the word bank, right? And then only those would come up, right? So just keep in mind that in the library template grid, you can search and filter and sort and all that sort of thing. So again, before we leave the library templates, remember that these templates will be updated as apps evolve and the steps need to be updated. And of course, if you clone, you do what they call forking. You've now made it your own, and then you're responsible for keeping that one updated. Okay, I hope that was a good overview of library templates. I hope everyone got a good view of what those are going to be like. We've got a bunch in here. Here, before I go, let me just, again, quickly scan. And again, these will continue to grow. I mean, we're just adding content all day long now. So let me clear that out and just give you a view of some of the apps. We've got a lot of QuickBooks Online. We've got a bunch of Expensify, Bill.com. We've got some desktop activity in here. We've got some that are checklists, like for what kind of things you need to collect from your client when you're going to set them up on Expensify or when you're going to set them up on Bill.com. things like that. So lots of great stuff in there, and it will continue to grow. Next, I'm going to jump down to the other library screen, which is our library procedures. So for those of you familiar with Aero, you should recognize that this screen looks very similar to your regular Aero procedure screen. So here I am on library procedures, but it should look very similar to your own firm's procedure screen. When you go there, you have this grid of your own firm's procedures. When you come here to the library procedures, you are able to see the central grid of the library procedures that all of us will have in our accounts if you're subscribing to the library, that is. So one difference, though, is that here you only view these, right? You don't need to update them or edit them. They're updated for you. You can click to view and see any of these. I'm going to click on the top one. This is one about bank activity. Again, remember where the templates are step-by-step checkboxes of a list of things to do. The procedures are the documented story about how to do it with print screens and things like that. So any of the library procedures, you can click and read into them and say, yeah, this is what I need. This is the resource I need to have on an Aero, and use it. So they're already linked to the Aero library templates that we just looked at. Those are already linked to these, but we're also giving you access on this menu because you may want to just make your own Aero, maybe quickly on the fly, or for whatever custom reason you want to make your own, and we want you to have full access. If you want to link it out to all of these written procedures on all these SaaS applications that we all use, then have at it. Come here, and just like you do with your firms, you're going to grab the ID number of that procedure and link it. Okay, so that is the overview of Aero Library, and that is everything I wanted to show you today. I'll talk a little bit about pricing now, and then we're going to have the official launch. It's coming up very soon on September 21st. So let's go to the pricing site, and let me just show you that. Give me one moment. Now again, this is not launched. This is a sneak preview. We're launching September 21st, but we wanted to show everyone what it's going to look like. So here's what the pricing is going to be. So again, we're not doing a head count. We're just keeping the pricing very simple. You have to have subscribed to Aero to access the library. I think most of you on the call are already Aero users, but if you have a friend that's in the trial period, they won't see library until you're subscribing. And then Aero libraries, there are two levels. You've got lots of really good, basic library templates procedures are being rolled out to all users, and then we've got the premium library, and if you want to update to that, then that's this different price here. That's the premium library content. You will have the option of subscribing to the premium content if you want to do that. There is, just like QBO, if you subscribe and move up to the next level, you cannot roll back. So think about that before you do that and make that decision. But Aero, this is sort of like a supercharged Aero, right? So Aero in itself is an incredibly useful tool. Have at it, add all your firm that content. But if you want help with that content and you want to kind of tap into this community knowledge, then really take a good look at this library. Keep in mind here, personally, I think the pricing is a deal because remember, this is something that you're going to use to turn into revenue, right? Again, I want to clarify that the official launch date is September 21st, coming up soon. And that's about all I can think of. Let's open it up for questions. I think we still have a couple of minutes left, maybe 10 minutes left. Okay, does this apply to both the desktop and the online Aero versions? Okay, so let me clarify that. Aero Workflow is and has been available on Method CRM for many years, and we love that. That is a different product than Aero Workflow that we're looking at today. The library is only available on this Aero that is not on Method. This is a new feature rolled out here. And, oh, let me clarify the rest of that answer. This version of Aero that you just saw me demo integrates with QuickBooks Online currently as far as your customer list, your time tracking records, all that kind of stuff, marking your work as billable and pulling it into QBO, or I should say you don't have to pull it into QBO, it's just there, using it in QBO to invoice your customers. This Aero Workflow does not integrate to desktop. What will be different between the basic and premium content? The basic content, there won't be two versions. If something is published in the library and it's considered at the basic level, it's available to all Aero subscribers, even if you are not paying for the higher premium content. There will just be fewer. If you want to unlock the larger library, which has more detailed templates with apps and things like that, then you'll want to upgrade to the premium content. But like the one you just saw that I just demoed, the QuickBooks Online Banking, that template, let me pull that one up again. This one is in the basic. So let me go to the template and show you. This one is in basic. This is not premium content. Very helpful. All Aero users will be able to use that one. And all of the operating procedures, these are different ones, right? This procedure is telling you how to use the bank activity. There's another one with all the detailed information on advanced matching. And if you know QBO, the bank feeds are awesome and pretty easy to use for us accountants. Our clients need help, but it's still quite a bit to learn about the advanced matching. So all of that resource on how to do it is at your fingertips. There's another one that has to do on rules. Here, rules, this is a different procedure. All of the procedures that are attached to a template that is, all of these are considered basic level, those will be available to all Aero subscribers. And then there will just be different ones that are only in the premium content. So if you upgrade to premium content, you get the full level. And those, I will tell you, the premium library is the big kahuna, right? I mean, the basic one, there are some, but the premium content is where you get a ton. Is there much for the desktop QuickBooks? This does not. Oh, are there many templates for desktop? Not specifically, I would say, but anything that has to do with where it's less specific about which version of QuickBooks you're using, then it does fit for both. Just to give you an idea, let me look at library templates. Where did we see one that had desktop? Here, setting up client accounting services or tax client, gather info. This is the type of information, all those things you want to gather from a new client. That doesn't matter if you're on QBO or desktop, so that one fits that.
Laura,
yeah.
Can I interject something?
Yes.
So everybody on this call should remember that Laura doesn't use the desktop. So she doesn't, we do have some for the QBD and some that are coming, but she doesn't write those. She's oblivious to them, and she doesn't know they exist. So, so yes, we will have ones for a desktop as well as QBO, but we are QBO centric. This app is designed to work with QBO, and you know, the majority of the content will be skewed towards QBO.
Correct. And the apps, we're going to have a bunch of, and we do already have a bunch of templates and procedures that are focused around how to use apps, and they may have nothing to do with QuickBooks, but these are mostly cloud-based applications.
Did you cover the question about, is there a list of what is included in the premium library to know if they'll be useful? When you're looking, did you cover that, Laura?
No.
Okay. So when you look at the library, And I'm not seeing that here. The ones that are
So let me interrupt for a minute, Victoria.
Yeah.
What you're looking at in this demo account is a user who is subscribed to the premium content. So as a subscriber to premium content, you don't see a difference between the basic content and a premium content. It's all just content. Now, if this user were just a regular Aero subscriber and was not subscribed to premium content, then you would see everything. You would have access to the basic content like the QBO banking feeds, but something that is premium content, you wouldn't have see the buttons to view and add master. But you would see a little, I think it's a little diamond in the corner showing that's premium content. You would still see it. You would see it exists. You would see the author. You would see a little summary showing what it is, but you wouldn't actually be able to use that template or view the whole template unless you were subscribed to premium content. If you like, for really quickly, I could make a change so that you can demo that, Laura.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, give me a second and I'll make that change and I'll let you know.
Yeah, I was trying to do it quickly, but so just to reiterate what Sally was saying is this firm that I'm showing you is subscribed to the full premium content. So Sally is going to change and make this firm someone who has not subscribed to premium content, but they are out of the trial period, and they are subscribers of Aero. Once you're a full subscription.
Okay, Laura, go ahead and refresh your screen. It should show the.
Here you see that this one we can use. We have the buttons. This one you have to be a premium member to use. So hopefully that answers the question. Any others? We are very excited to show this to you. We will be in touch September 21st. Mark it on your calendars. Here comes Aero Library. Thank you, everyone.